guys, and welcome. In today's video, we'll be diving into a full review of Battlefield 2042 in its current state so far, and why, of course, it's so bad. Now, of course, this is still the day 0 patch of the game, and the day 1 patch might fix a lot of the issues that we're going to talk about in today's video. Of course, in this review, we're not just going to be shitting on Battlefield the entire time. We're going to give constructive criticism about the game, what does not work at the moment, and what I feel like is really good at the core of the game. Of course, we'll be diving into all content available in Battlefield 2042 at the moment, and talking about it and giving my initial impressions, constructive criticism on areas I think need addressing really, and ways to improve the game at the moment. Don't forget, guys, to drop a like on today's video, subscribe if you are brand new, and of course, if you want to see more videos like this, do let me know in the comments down below. Without further ado, let's get into it. The launch of a new Battlefield title has never been a smooth ride for DICE and the community. The launch of Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 5, even Battlefield 1, being in some of the worst states of a game that I can remember to date.
EA boss Andrew Wilson has branded the troubled launch of Battlefield 4 as unacceptable, while also stressing developer DICE has learned a valuable lesson, so it shouldn't happen again.
You know what I've had enough of, EA? Is your fucking bullshit!
DICE have really had no luck in the first few weeks of launch with their last 3 or 4 titles now. And Battlefield 2042 is no exception. 2042 is not in a good state at the moment as it stands right now. Yes, of course you can have fun in the game. I really enjoyed the game at times, and I've already had some awesome moments with pals trying to play the 3 modes that are available at the moment. But it is being overshadowed a lot by the game's buggy nature, the piss poor weapon hit detection, and overall glitches and server issues.
Let's go!
Let's keep an eye on this car as well so we can use this to get away. Oh shit, Harry, can you res me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna run back up to that that car. No way. Has your game crashed as well?
Yeah.
Oh no, we were doing so. Oh, we were doing so well. I want you to check this out. This is the game I was playing yesterday on Breakthrough. We had literally been dominated the entire game, pushed back to the very last point, and just when we thought the game was about to end, the game decided it would push us back to a point that didn't actually exist. And this is sped up to 5,000%, by the way. I was sat in this game waiting for it to end for almost 45 minutes. All of our tickets ran out. No one could respawn in this game. We had to sit there and wait until all 200 tickets had ran out for the enemy team. And even when it did run out, it still didn't fucking end the game, which means I had to leave myself, wasting 45 minutes of my time sat in this lobby waiting for the game to end, or try to end when the tickets had run out, and I forfeited all the XP I earned in that game just because of a bug. If I didn't leave that game, I would have still been in it right now. Not to mention how inconsistent the gunfights are. I can literally shoot someone in the body and it not register as a kill, or even a hit for that matter. I picked this up in the beta, but I didn't really think too much of it. I thought it may have been a beta issue, but of course, it's just awful in the full game as well. Battlefield's hit detection has never and will never be as good as Call of Duty. And no matter how many people are going to be typing hate at me in the comments for saying that, it's just really true. Even the likes of Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, and Battlefield 5, the hit detection will never be on par with the likes of Vanguard, Modern Warfare, or previous games. Now, again, I don't know why the fundamentals of this is. I don't know why this hasn't been rectified, but how have DICE not found a solution for this in 2021? It's completely beyond me at this point. Not to mention, also, you can fly jets directly into buildings, and they'll just bounce straight off.
Okay, let's try it. It's gonna be a waste of a plane, but I need to know. If I like hit this, if I like hit this building right here, let's see. Yeah, doesn't do anything. Look at that. Interesting. Huh. How about, are all of these like that? What the fuck?
He was flying jets directly into a building and they would just bounce off. How the fucking fuck did this get through testing? There's also been stages in games on All Out Warfare, Conquest, or Breakthrough where I've been downed and I'm trying to redeploy, but I'm just stuck. I can't redeploy. I'm literally sat there looking at enemies going around me. My timer isn't there. I can't hold A or X to respawn in. I can't ask for a revive. I literally can't do a thing. I've got to just sit there and wait. Can you reverse me, Jake? I can't spawn in. I'm stuck on the revive screen. If that happens at the very start of a game, unless you leave the game, there's no other way out of it. Which then means I'm going to have to forfeit the match XP that I've just spent 20 minutes trying to earn. Oh, and by the way, hovercrafts, they can fly up fucking walls. How does this get through testing, can I add? I really have absolutely no idea at this point. Oh, and the sprinting glitch. It's just really funny, but it's there. It literally looks like a Minecraft character when you turn Bob off. That is what this sprinting glitch is. 2042 has also adopted a brand new class system, which completely forgets about the last 20 years of Battlefield and adopts a more Call of Duty-esque type of freedom when choosing weapons and gadgets and things along those lines to take into a game. Previously, within Battlefield, you would have a set of different class systems. You would have medic, assault, you would have the engineer, and of course you would have like a sniper class as well, which means that per class that you select, you can only use a series of weapons. So for example, with medic, you could only use DMRs or assault rifles. With engineer, you could only use an LMG. With assault, you could only use SMGs or shotguns. And then of course sniper, you can only use the sniper rifles. It's something very basic and it's been in Battlefield for a very, very long time. In 2042, they've just not bothered with that. Now you can choose whatever weapon you want, for whatever class you want, whatever gadget you want. And I don't really know. For me, it doesn't really give me a need to want to play a certain way. Like I can literally just put an SMG on and then run a medkit, or I can put an SMG on and then just run an M1 rocket launcher. For me, this doesn't really give you a style of play, whereas before you would choose your class system depending on what style of play you wanted to play as or do. So for example, if you wanted to be a medic, revive people, revive teammates, or just generally people in your squad, you can choose that and be more of a support role. If you wanted to be an engineer, you could run that and help repair vehicles and be more of a support role in that way, and of course use an LMG to rain down firepower on different objectives. And of course, if you want to be an assault, that's of course where you have your rocket launchers, your C4s and things like that, so you can be anti-infantry. And with the sniper, you can be more distanced away from the gunfights, take out people from long distance, and be again more of a support role by putting down, I don't know, respawn beacons or shooting flares up into the sky which reveal where enemies are around you and things along those lines. You know, there is a reason to choose these class systems, and in 2042 there's no reason to choose them. I can kind of just run what I want, do what I want, and it just negates the play styles completely, and it basically turns it into Call of Duty where every man is for themselves. This is of course not a fan favorite feature, as you can imagine, and despite the criticism, DICE have decided to leave it in. This can be reverted in Battlefield Portal though. For example, if you are playing Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 1942 or Bad Company 2, you can use the classic class system, but again, in Battlefield 2042, we are stuck with this system that's in place at the moment. Again, you can do this in Portal, but it's not the main experience, so you can see why people get frustrated by this. For me, this game is obviously not complete. From its lack of launch content to its buggy state, this game would have really benefited from a couple of extra months in the oven. All we can hope is that the day one patch resolves a lot of these issues that are in place at the moment. The all-out warfare type of gameplay is what's given Battlefield its name. It's the closest thing you'll ever get to being in a Michael Bay movie, like the constant action, helicopters flying over your head, or jet fighters flying past you and exploding into mountains. There's not many other experiences or games out there that can deliver that same type of action-packed experience that Battlefield does in general. Battlefield's sense of epic action does not disappoint in 2042, of course, and captures that same action-filled gameplay as we all know and love. But what happens when you just want to casually play, sit back to grind the mastery unlocks and weapons and armor? Battlefield 2042's emphasis on action is great, and it's the best in the business at delivering this type of gameplay. But when you just want to take a step back from the all-out warfare, it's difficult to do that. In previous Battlefield games, you have a list of games, ones for more of the hardcore fans and others for those that just wanted to go for kills and enjoy the game casually. All Out Warfare doesn't really offer this in 2042 and only provides two main modes for selection. Conquest, which is of course your larger maps where you have to capture your objectives, essentially a large domination game, and Breakthrough, which is an absolute clusterfuck of enemies trying to take over a set of objectives and push you back to your spawn. But what if you don't like Conquest? And what if you don't like Breakthrough? What the fuck do you do? Nice. Where's my server browser? Why does All Out Warfare only consist of 2 modes? This isn't very all out to me. Where's Rush? A personal favourite of mine, can I add? And where's Team Deathmatch for those COD fanboys? Domination? Where's that? Where's my server browser to choose the maps that I enjoy rather than playing the same shit 5 times in a row? The list goes on, but I think All Out Warfare, although it's a great mode, can become very stale and repetitive fast. Not to mention, there's only 7 maps at the launch of this game for All Out Warfare. I feel like whenever I search for a game, I always end up playing the same thing twice due to the lack of overall selection. Not to mention the map selection is completely random. There's no going into a lobby and selecting what you want to play. It's just you get thrown into whatever's available. Why not add the maps from Portal into this mode? Why only seclude it to 7 maps? It's bad for the health of the game, and it's bad for the sanity of the player. Overall, All Out Warfare is a lot of fun to play with your pals. And it feels like you're starring in a Fast and the Furious movie most of the time because of how ridiculous it can be. But when you just want to take a step back and be a little more casual about the game, grind challenges, it can become really frustrating fast. Because for one, you're dying when you're spawning in. You're constantly dying due to the terrible hit detection. And it just can become very, very annoying very, very quickly. I can seriously see the more casual players putting this game down very, very quickly when playing All Out Warfare because, again, the repetitive nature of the maps, the terrible hit detection, the bugs that are coming with the game as well. And of course, there's not really a lot to play inside All Out Warfare. Classic feel of Battlefield is not there in this mode. And for me, that's one of the biggest disappointments about this game. I want to go into All Out Warfare and I want to select different modes. I want to be able to play Rush. I want to play Team Deathmatch sometimes to rank up my weapons and get kills. Trying to get kills in Conquest and Breakthrough can be a real painstaking task sometimes because, for one, you're constantly dying due to vehicles and people, and 2, it's just a frustrating experience at times. I'm hoping that it'll get better over time. I'm sure that it will, and I'm sure more gamers will be added. For now, it's not that the experience is a bad one. It's just that over time, I can really see this becoming repetitive. And yeah, I can see that a lot of people are going to get sick of this fast.